What's up, guys? Mr. Second Passport coming to you on June 19th, 2022. This Sunday, just kind of giving you an update of what's going on down here. What's it like living down here in case you're curious. And we're going to cover the two questions that at least are on my mind that might be on yours as well. Is Ecuador becoming uninvestable, right? And on a lesser note, should you cancel your trip to Ecuador? Right, we'll cover both of those in this short video today. So basically what's been going on this week for like 4 or 5 days now is scenes kind of like this in central Quito, right, with the indigenous protesting, and they have 10 demands, but it's very, I find it very loosey-goosey, like it's like they don't even know really what they're protesting about. They're just mad, they're just angry, right? I mean, they have 10 protests, and the number one is the rise in gas prices. Have they not realized gas prices have risen by about double what they have in Ecuador around the world recently? You know, mainly because of the war in Ukraine. I'm not sure what the president of Ecuador can do about that. But anyway, you see scenes like we're seeing here, and a lot of roadblocks, right? A lot of roadblocks nationwide, but in particularly the highlands and Amazon region of Ecuador, right? Not so much of a problem, you might notice, on the coast, right? Maybe the first day or two, but then the coastal people are like, yeah, whatever. This is a highland thing. So I think the end game for the indigenous is they basically want to take shit over, right? Take the whole country over and oust the Ecuadorian president. Now, is that very realistic or not? Maybe, maybe not, right? Who knows? I do know their form of protesting, which is basically cutting off roads, the main highways of Ecuador, and not allowing pass in either direction, is very annoying for tourists. And as you might know, if you cut the veins of a body, the body will die. I don't know if they realize that, but as far as commerce, as far as being able to live here, if they keep doing that, it's basically going to make Ecuador pretty unlivable. So needless to say, uninvestable. If this continues on, then yes, I would say Ecuador might become very uninvestable for just about any foreign investor. Now, if this is something that ends abruptly in the next few days or so, then it might not be any big deal, but this might be a recurring thing because a lot of their demands are not very realistic. This might be an ongoing thing and a huge hassle for people that live here. So it's kind of your own personal opinion as an investor. As far as canceling your trip, I don't, it depends what trip you want to do in Ecuador. If you want to do a lot of zigzagging across the land basin of Ecuador, going to the Amazon in the highlands region, particularly up here, the Imbabura area or Tungurahua. I got a report from an expat subscriber to this channel that said he tried the other day to make it from Baños just to Quito, a normal 3-hour trip. It took him 9 hours just to get to Ambato, right, which is like a half hour from Baños. So again, and he didn't make it to Quito, in other words. So if you're going to do a lot of land travel in Ecuador, I would suggest rescheduling your trip or possibly canceling it. If you're just going to Galapagos or to the coast, I would say you're probably okay and can come anyway. You know, what roads are currently blocked? Well, El Comercio, the main newspaper in Quito, does a good section every day of which roads are currently blocked. So you can see in the Cuenca province, Azuay, if you're trying to go long distances, say to Loja or Machala, you might have issues, right? Or heading north up to Cañar as well, or Girón. Where you have more indigenous tends to be more of the problem. Bolivar, right? The province just to the south of Pichincha and Cotopaxi. This whole area here south of Quito, basically, Cotopaxi and Bolivar, very problematic with roadblocks. Also, the main road that connects Quito to the coast through Santo Domingo and Aloag, continuous roadblocks. I would probably avoid that road for the time being. And you can see the list here of roads that are blocked. Cotopaxi, just a few, but important ones. The Latacunga to La Maná. I just was on that road the other day, coming back from the coast. That road seems to be blocked as we speak. The road Latacunga-Quito, that's a huge one. That's the main artery of Ecuador, right? If you're blocking that road, that's a big problem for supply chain and etc., right? Now, this is the Riobamba area in general, Chimborazo, big problem area as well. Bolivar, Chimborazo, kind of right in the heart of Ecuador is where the main problem is. Like you can see in the south, in El Oro, Machala province, almost no roadblocks at all. In Santa Elena, there isn't a single one at the current time, according to this report. Esmeraldas, there seems to be 2, but they don't look like they're on roads, very important roads. And in Guayas, the Guayaquil province, there's only 1, right? In this huge most populated province of Ecuador, there's only 1 roadblock, to kind of show you almost how divided the country is with these protests that are going on. Now in Imbabura, right, the province where a lot of expats like to live, in Cotacachi and Ibarra and Otavalo, there's a ton of roadblocks and in this area, as you can see, still active. Because there's just a huge indigenous population there, right? In Loja, there's a few. In Manabí, there's just 1. Right, just 1 on that road from Jipijapa heading down to Guayaquil, it seems, so kind of a big one. But you can see all the ones in Morona, Santiago, right? All the roadblocks, there are a lot of them. And in Napo and the Oriana, so a lot in the Amazon region as well, but especially the southern Amazon for whatever reason. But one thing you should keep in mind before canceling your trip is something that a friend told me before I even ventured to Latin America. I asked him something about visiting Latin America, Central and South America, and if the political insecurity bothered him. And he said, if you wait for those countries, all those countries, those third world countries, those Latin American countries, African, whatever countries, to be completely 100% politically secure, then you're never going to go visit them, right? And it's true when you think about it. It's true. So, as far as living, that might be a different thing, but just visiting, I would say maybe alter your trip a little bit, maybe a little less land travel, a little more air travel when it comes to Ecuador right now, maybe a little more time on the coast and Galapagos, not so much in the highlands, but you can adjust your trip. But I wouldn't let political insecurity affect your travel plan. Anyway, I'm Mr. Second Password. If you like this, or subscribe to the like button below. Take care.